Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angelica. I love all things crochet and cozy, and this week we'll be getting ready for a Halloween market. So I have a market tomorrow. Today is Friday. Thankfully I'm off work on Fridays. I have a lot of prep to do. I recently started a new job and I feel like everything has been all over the place, so I have not been able to prep at all. So what I got done today was, so far, 4 sitting frogs in these 2 colors. I think they're really cute. And then I have 3 pumpkins that I've done today. Obviously everything is missing a mouth. And then I have 1 little ghost. I'm gonna put all the patterns I used in the description below. But what I'm gonna focus on now, I think, is kind of embroidering everything's face on, so I don't have 50 things to embroider at the end of the day, because that would really suck. The market is in the middle of the day tomorrow, but I do have to be there at 10 a.m. and it doesn't start until 1, so that's gonna be something. And if you live on the East Coast, you know we are expecting a nor'easter this weekend, so that's awesome. It is an outdoor market, so it's great. And the rain date, I'm actually covering for someone at work on the rain date, and normally I wouldn't be working on a Saturday, so that's awesome. I'm having great luck, but we're crossing our fingers that, you know, it's just gonna be a little drizzle and the storm's not gonna come until Sunday. So we're gonna keep on prepping. And if anything, I will send someone in my place because I won't be getting a credit or a refund, which is really sucky. So I'm gonna have to be there in spirit somehow. So these are the 3 kind of Halloween makes that I want to focus on tonight. There's a little leggy Mothman who I love dearly. And this is kind of how the ghost is gonna look. This one has arms, the one I just made doesn't, but it's like same idea. And then here's the little embroidered pumpkin. These that I made today, they do have the safety eyes on. I only had a few safety eyes left, so I figured why not just use them up. And then we will do that and see where I want to go from there. Okay, so that actually went a lot faster than I thought it would, so that's good. Here's the little ghost. He is so cute. My little pumpkins, I absolutely love them. I'm obsessed. And here are the frogs. There are more, obviously I'm not going to show every single one, but the other ones just got thrown in the bin. They're all ready for the morning. I also have these 3 bags that I kind of want to line, so it's 2:30. I do kind of want to get all the plushies out of the way. The bags are kind of last on my list. Obviously the plushies sell the best, but here's a closer look at the bags. I do think they're really cute. I got some like outer space fabric for this bag, and then I have this one. I love these colors. This was actually leftover yarn from another project that I did, and then this was leftover yarn as well. This is like a bucket bag. I don't know if you could really tell, but this is also gonna need a little button, or I was thinking of making something kind of on the outside so I could zip it closed instead. I feel like that would be cuter than a button. So that is that. I did also make 2 tapestries. So this is my first time making tapestries. Here is this one. This is Minecraft. For any Minecraft fans out there, I love this. I don't know. I freehanded this whole thing. I thought it was so cute. So then I did make another kind of Halloween themed one. It's not done, but I made this little ghost applique that I'm gonna make a little face for, and then put him right in the middle. I didn't want to go too crazy with the Halloween tapestries just because I don't know how the market's really gonna be, and then I'll be stuck with a bunch of Halloween tapestries. I don't really want that, even though I could hang them up right back there for a little decor, but you know, we'll see. So that is next on my list. I think I'm actually just gonna finish that now rather than waiting to do all of this the last second, because I did that last time and the next day I was completely exhausted. So let's do that and then I'll show you guys how that comes out. Okay, so here is this little guy. Here's a little up close. I think he's so cute. I love him. I'm obsessed. And the back is pretty neat too. So here they are together. I'm just gonna steam that one and then, you know, like it'll lay a little flatter. So those are all done. So at my last market, my mini loaf cats, leggy frogs, and sitting frogs sold out so fast. I was at the table making them and I just couldn't make them quick enough. So, no. Petunia's trying to steal my pumpkins. So I want to have, I think, at least 10 of each. So I'm going to go through and count how many I have and then kind of fill in the gaps there. And then I think I want to do the rest of the leggy Mothmans and then 2 more ghosts and then kind of take stock of everything I have. Okay, I just took stock and now I'm a little nervous. So my last market, my $8 and $10 items are really what sold, and I feel like that's every market everywhere. So I definitely need to make way more. I didn't realize how much I actually sold last time. So I have 7 sitting frogs, including the ones that I showed. So really I only had 3. I have 1 cheeky frog left. I'm not gonna make more of those because I feel like they just take a little too long. So we'll see how that one does. I think I'm gonna replace the cheeky frogs with the leggy frogs. Even though last time I did have both, I just don't have enough time to make both. Then I have 2 of the mini loaf cats. I want to have 10 of them. So, I mean, they're so fast to make. They take about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I feel like I'll be okay. I have 2 mini chickens left and they kind of look like the Mabel chickens, but a little smaller. I want to have at least 5 of those. And then I have 1 OXO and 4 chicken nuggets left. I only sold 1 chicken nugget last time, so I'm not going to make any more of those. And I hate making the OXOs. So I'm not making any more OXOs. That one will be by itself. So that is what I have to do. I'm crossing my fingers that I can get it all done. Because if the market does come tomorrow, I hope it does. I hope it doesn't rain. Then I definitely need way more than I have. I have a lot of kind of higher priced items because of the bags and things like that, but of course people like to come for things that they could just grab and go and they don't have to worry about spending a ton of money. So I'll see how much I could get done and then I will check back in. Okay, it is market day. It's currently 8:30 a.m. I have been up since 6:30. I don't know why, I just could not sleep. The weather was fine when I woke up, and of course when we were loading the car it started pouring. So it's supposed to stop at 10 and the event isn't until 1, so I'm kind of hoping that it just stops and, you know, everything goes as planned. But at this point I'm just not gonna stress myself. So last night we ended up having a dinner, so I didn't really get to do as much as I wanted, but I did get all the sitting frogs done. I got about 7 mini loaf cats done, the 2 leggy moths, so now I have 3 in total, and all the pumpkins and all the ghosts are done. So I did think that we had to be there earlier than we actually do, so I'm probably just going to crochet until we have to leave, and who knows, it might get canceled, so maybe I'll have an extra week. But I actually didn't even get to take stock yesterday either, so I might do that. I think for the next hour, I keep looking at the clock, the next hour I am going to crochet, and then around 9:30 I'll probably take stock and come back to you and let you guys know what we're working with today. So it is a few days later. The weather was absolutely horrible. In my opinion, I do feel like the market should have been not canceled, but maybe done on the rain date, which would have been the weekend after. And honestly, I would have just had someone like man my booth while I was at work because it was just not good. For anyone who lives on the East Coast, you know, we just had a really bad storm. I'm on the shoreline and it was completely flooded yesterday. The market was not yesterday, 2 days ago. The market was 3 days ago. So that night it started to flood everywhere and the market was, I believe, 1 to 5. So the sky was black the whole time. It was so windy. And at one point it did actually start to drizzle. Of course, we're all under tents, so it wasn't too bad, but my crochet was just blowing around everywhere. Thank God nothing really got dirty or wet, so it was pretty okay. I also wasn't really able to get any footage at the market or setting up. I would have liked to do, you know, like a little speedy setup and some clips like throughout the market, but because the weather was so bad, I just wanted to get my tent up as fast as possible, and I didn't really want to have my camera out either. So I did take a little clip with my phone. Hopefully that'll be in the video, not sure. But let's get into how much I actually sold and then what I made. So honestly, I'm happy that I was able to even get my fee back because of the weather. And this also was an Oktoberfest. So there were a bunch of breweries there that had tents and they were giving out probably like this big things of beer. So you would come in, get a wristband, and then you could go to each booth that was from a brewery and get, I think it was like 1 or 2 cups. And there were a lot of breweries there. So a lot of people were really just there for that. No one was really buying anything, not just from me, but from really anyone else, because I was looking around at other people's booths. There were also 2 other crocheters there, which I didn't know, but it's whatever. It didn't really affect me because we all had very different stuff, so it's really fine. Okay, so I ended up selling a total of 17 items, which I am really happy about, to be honest, considering we were in a horrible storm in the middle of all this. And I made around $200. The booth fee was $100, so I doubled it. It's fine. I'm not gonna complain. Again, we were in a terrible storm, so whatever. So I sold 1 sitting frog for $8, 1 cheeky frog for $12, 1 mini chicken for $8, 2 ghosts for $12, 1 pumpkin for $12. While I was there, I did crochet 1 big leggy frog and then a frog in a witch hat. So I'm gonna put the pictures here from the actual page because I didn't even get a chance. I mean, everybody knows what a leggy frog looks like, but the frog with the witch hat, I didn't even get a chance to take a picture. Somebody just took it right away. So I was pretty happy about that. Again, I'm gonna put the pictures here. All of the pictures are gonna be here. If I didn't get a picture of my version of it, I will be just using the patterns picture. And then all of the pattern links will be in the description as well. 1 frog in a witch hat for $15. I did sell a beanie, which I was really happy about. I went with 3 beanies and then 2 bucket hats, so that's good. Another ghost for $12, 2 mini cats for $8 each, 1 bandana for $18. I did sell 2 chicken nuggets, 1 chunky scrunchie, which I sell all my scrunchies for $5, and then a big leggy frog, and then 1 more mini cat. So all that came out to around $200, and that is okay for me. I'm happy that I even made 1 sale with that horrible storm. So hopefully I don't get stuck in a storm at my next market. I think that for my next markets this year, I'm going to try my best to be indoors because I have a funny feeling that the fall and the winter are just going to be such horrible weather. So by the time this video is posted, I will have a lot of stuff listed on my Etsy because unfortunately I don't have another market coming up for a while until around Christmas time, I believe. Hopefully I could squeeze my way into one. But all of my Halloween stuff and some other extra things will be listed on my Etsy, so go check that out. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!